Hi everybody, how you doing? Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to make sunflowers out of coffee filters and crepe paper. One of my subscribers, Shirley Ann Jensen, had asked me if I could do a tutorial on sunflowers. This one looks pretty bad because I've been messing with it all day, but it'll look better as we go. So what you're going to need are coffee filters and crepe paper. So you're going to want 3 coffee filters for the flower itself, 6 for the inside. So I'm going to be showing you 2. I'm going to do it 2 times, and then you'll see how to do it. So basically, I have 6 coffee filters total, which I have also a bowl of water, and I have, from Crafter Square to Dollar Tree, I have this acrylic orangish yellow paint, and I also have the pale daffodil color. This apple barrel is from the Walmart. So I am going to put a decent amount of paint in the water and mix it around. Now, you're gonna need to cook these in the oven on 325 for like a half hour. Depends on how many sunflowers or how many stacks you're gonna have. And the color in when you mix it with the water and you dry it in the oven, it doesn't come out very bright. So I'm going to mix this up. Then I'm going to add my coffee filters. So here they are, and I'm going to put them in and have them absorb the color as best I can. It didn't mix so great, but I think that'll make the sunflower look even brighter when we get it dried off. So I am going to put these in the oven. When I get finished doing, I have this, and then I'm going to do brown. Now you can buy brown coffee filters or whatever, but I didn't have the brown kind, I had the white. So I'm going to get my brown paint, and I'm going to do the same exact thing, but you need 6 of these total, so you need a total of 12 in here to make your middle piece of your sunflower. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put these in the oven, then I'll be back. I have a straw, and I have green crepe paper. So I'm going to cover the straw with the crepe paper and make it a stem. Now I'm going to make some leaves out of the crepe paper. So I'm just going to fold this over a couple times because I'm going to make more than one set of leaves. So I folded it over It's maybe about 2-3 inches. Tearing it off. And then I want to do a leaf. So I'm going to make this pointy at the top. And then a little rounded at the bottom. And then I want to cut little like V's into the leaf. Just like that. Just to make my leaf. And here they are. I have about 5 leaves total. So, here's the leaf. Okay, so we're going to start with the brown coffee filters. They're not as dark as they were, but you can add more color to it, which we are going to do. So basically, you want to fold it in half, fold it in half again, and then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to put lines in here, close together, all the way down. Right now they're not so close, I'm going to work on that, but you want them close together. So once everything is cut, you can fluff it up or you could wait, and what you're going to want to do is start rolling this loosely into a cone shape, just like this, into a cone. Try to keep it even. And then you need to glue it. But I'm going to do it this way instead and roll it, because when I tried it this way it didn't work. I'm also going to lay it down. So you want to loosely roll it. This is much easier, so just fold it in half and do it. And you want it to look like a cone. And then add some glue and wrap it up. Now the middle is usually a little push down, so I am pushing this all out and floofing it or poofing it, but the middle's usually pushed in a little bit and then I am poofing it. So I'm going to do it one more time with the other set. So here's your set that you cut, fold it in half, and then start rolling it loosely. And try to keep the cut part all together. You want to roll it into like a cone shape. Just like this. And then when you get it done, you're going to take your hot glue and finish that. And then you want to poof it up. Now, usually on a sunflower, other than the middle being pushed down a little, it's also darker. So I'm going to get some brown paint, or you can use a brown magic marker, whatever you're comfortable with. And I'm going to do the middle. I'm going to put some paint on it to make the middle a little darker. So just keep fluffing this out. Make it floofy, poofy, floofy. And here's the other one. And I'm going to color in the middle a little darker. And I have my brown paint. And I am just going to dab it on my finger and put it in the middle. You can use a paintbrush, it's entirely up to you, but I wanted the middle to be darker, just like that. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, to the other one. Pushing it in, and there you have it. Now I'm going to make the petals. So I'm going to take my 3 yellow pieces and I'm going to fold them in half. Fold them in half again. So that's twice. Fold it in half again. That's 3 times. And then 1 more time. So you want to fold them a total of 4 times. Again, I'm going to take my 3 coffee filters, fold them in half once, 2, 3, and then 4. Just like that. And then I'm going to draw on here my petals. I'm going to use a pen to do this so that you can see the shape I'm making. So I am going to put a line there and a line there. I'm going to make so I made my petal into a point and I put 2 lines at the bottom. I'm going to do it again on this one. Doesn't have to be perfect. Having some issues with this pen on my crepe paper. So you want to do it in a point, and you want these little lines here. So this is what it looks like. The 2 little lines at the bottom, and you want to cut around your petal. You might not be able to do it all the way through, so just come back and do it. So you want to go down like I'm doing, and I'll show you in a minute while I'm doing this. Okay, so you want to have little point here, and then you do the same thing on this side. This is a little thick, so okay. So when you cut it, you're going to have the little piece on the bottom and then all this on the top. So I'm going to show you what it looks like one more time, how I cut it. So I have it drawn out, and I'm going to cut. It is a little tough, and you can always take it apart and only do one at a time. It's entirely up to you, but you really want to point on your sunflower. And you want okay. So here's what this looks like. Then I'm going to take it apart. If they're stuck together, you can cut down the middle. Open it up some more. Make sure they're all cut. Now at this point you could fold them in half. This is what I like to do, is fold it in half in the middle so that it looks more like a flower. Fold it in half. Fold it in half again. So when you're done folding every one of them in the middle, to give it a crease, you want to continue to open up your coffee filter. Still working on it. Okay. And you want to take your 3 pieces apart. Be careful. Here's one. Okay. 2 and 3. Here they are. Just like that. Here they are. So you're going to want to put a hole in the middle. You can cut. Okay. So after you separate your flowers, you need to put a hole in the bottom. Okay? You're going to want to cut a hole in the bottom of the middle part of your flower. Then you take your flower and you gently, because it's a coffee filter, push it up. You want to have a big enough hole. Push it up, just like this. And then you want to glue it close to the top. So you get your hot glue, and you glue it right about here, close to the top, just like that. Now you're going to get your next piece of your flower that you put a hole in, and just a second, I'm trying to put a hole in this one. I'm just going to put a decent sized hole in here. Oh, okay, I dropped that, so we'll use another one. Take your flower, put it on. You don't want the leaves exactly the same way. Whoops. You want them kind of going different ways. You don't want them, all of them, the same. And again, you push it all the way to the top. Then you get your next set of leaves. You open that up. You make sure you have a decent sized hole. Take your cone, you slip your flower petals on, just like that. Now, when you have a sunflower, it's going to be closer towards the top, the front of it. So, you're going to want to start gluing down your petals towards the front. So you're going to take some glue to reinforce your petals towards the front, just like that. Now, these were not standing up like my last one did. So here's your coffee filter sunflower, and I'm going to start pushing it around like this, and then I'm going to add some glue and then push it a little forward. So basically I'm going to do more glue around here and tighten up my petals. So here's what it looks like. All I did was bring it forward and just continually glue so that everything's around the front area, so it's pushed forward. Now I'm going to take some crepe paper and I'm going to put it around the stem area, the bottom part of the flower. So I'm pushing all of this forward. Oops, sorry. Using some glue. This will also help everything stay forward. So it brings your flower more so forward, which is what you want. Now, I had used, one second, so this is what it looks like right now. I want it a little bit more yellowish, and when I mix with water, I use this color paint. And I'd like my sunflower to be more yellowish. So I'm going to add some paint to this. So I'm going to put it down for just a moment, grab my paintbrush, my plate, and put some paint on there. And I'm going to just add a little bit more of the orangey yellow to my sunflower leaves. To brighten them up a bit. I'm not getting the entire leaf because I don't want them all the exact same color, and my other sunflower leaf is more orangey, so I don't want it so orange, the whole, like exactly like this. So all I'm doing is using my little fanned out brush, and I am just trying to touch a little bit of every leaf. Okay? Now I am going to take my straw. I'm going to add some hot glue to it so that this stays on there, and then I'm going to wrap some more of the crepe paper on it. So some glue in the hole, taking my straw, pushing it in. Then I'm going to take the green crepe paper and I'm going to tighten this up. Now, as you can see, my leaves are kind of falling back, so I'm going to try to bring this up some to tighten that up, so that my leaves will go forward more so than backwards. So that helps it also. So here's what this looks like. I'm going to bend it a little because it's on a straw. I can bend it, which is kind of awesome. Now I'm going to add the leaves that I cut earlier. So I have some leaves, and I'm going to put two together, just like this. And there they are, right there. And I'm going to put this right in with the other one. Now I'm going to do the very last one. And here's my cone with the middle piece that you're going to cut off. So the cone shaped middle has a hole in it. Now I'm going to use my petals. Sorry, I was trying to reach for another petal. My petals, and start putting them. So here's my petals. I'm going to start with one. I put a hole in the bottom, well, in the middle, and I'm going to put it around the cone. if you find out that it's too tight and you can't bring it all the way up where you want it, you can always like split it in two and hot glue it on there. So here's my petals, and I'm going to add some hot glue to the top right here and bring this forward just like that. Now I'm going to go and get my other grouping of petals, put it through, you don't want your petals to be exactly in the same spot as your other petals, so you want to bring it through, and then I have one more. Bring this up. And as you can see, they kind of fall back. So I'm just going to do the same thing I did earlier. Just going to put some glue around the front and then push my petals down. So this one's a little bit more secure than the last one was coming forward. Now I'm going to grab my crepe paper and put it around my stem, not my stem, the bud of my flower. I'm going to add some hot glue. I'm going to put it towards the top so that my leaves will stay forward, my petals. Here's the crepe paper. Here's what she looks like so far, and I have my stem, and I have a hole in the middle. Gonna put some hot glue in there and put my petal in there, my stem. I'm going to add some more of the crepe paper, the green, around the stem. Here it is. Here's my sunflower. Whoops, I am so sorry. I keep hitting that with my hot glue gun because this doggone glue stick is so big. So, same thing as I did before. Wrapping it around, bringing it up top, making it tight, so that pushes your leaves forward also. So here's what it looks like. And, oh, I forgot, I have leaves. We're going to stick some leaves on. Give it some more pizzazz. And I'm just putting my leaves on. 2 leaves. Right on there. So there's my leaves. Oh my goodness. And here's my sunflowers. So I am pretty excited about these. I think they're really cute. And this is what they look like. Very detailed. My suggestion is, if you're going to make these, I would make the leaves or the petals bigger, because I think it would stand out more if I had bigger petals. So this is what she looks like. Thanks so much for watching. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.